Like with a gun,
you're like close contact, like just like shoving the knife into them, then ripping it back out.
Yeah, like with a gun, you're just kind of far away, just like pow.
Yeah, you don't feel the pain as much you don't feel the kill.
Suck on that 9mm pow. Right, and then it's just like see ya. Right, but with the axe, you got to get up in their face, and you're just like right to the spleen, bitch.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 55 of the ScruffCast. I'm Jon.
And I'm Dan. And my phone just vibrated on the table, which probably could be heard.
That means that we're off to a good start. It means it's a good omen.
It was like
not an omen. It's a good sign.
The one little quiet part in this whole thing. Just after I'm Jon, I'm Dan.
Yeah. That's just because we put on the sign outside our studio that says now live. So listeners knew they can't burst in here.
So they got to send text.
They got to send texts. Did the text happen to say anything related to the podcast?
Nope.
Okay.
You want me to read what it said?
Sure, if you'd like. I didn't want to invade your privacy.
It said, I would have cried if the Leafs made it to the Eastern semifinals.
That sounds like it's from our buddy Anthony.
It sure was.
I wonder how he's doing out there in old New Brunswick. If only he'd ever listen to the goddamn podcast.
I know.
I mean, what is there to do out there?
It's funny because we've kind of bashed him here and there on this thing.
Yeah.
He never says anything because he never listens to it.
No.
And really, what is there to do out there? We were there. Do we even talk about our trip out there, like after we went?
We did, but we just spent a little bit of time on it. There wasn't much.
Well, there's not much to do out there.
Yeah.
What a terrible place.
That sums it up. There wasn't much.
We did an escape room in Fredericton. That was the highlight of the trip.
We went on a trip and we did an escape room, which we could do here.
Which probably within 5 kilometers of here, there's probably an escape room.
Oh, it's probably like 4.
Yeah. All right.
Well, one day he'll listen and he'll text us as if it's still current, like the bashing of him. But this will be like 30 episodes later.
Yeah, we're not even gonna always talking about.
That's like fun fact. Well, not fun fact, but one of my uncles started listening. Not Uncle Sheldon, a different uncle.
Oh, okay.
And I saw him.
Who's this? Uncle who?
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill.
Lubilio.
I figured it wasn't just Uncle Bill.
No. So, Uncle Lubilio started listening, and I saw him recently just before I left for my vacation. And he's talking to me. He's talking to my younger brother, and he's like, "Oh man, how about when you were playing beer pong and the guy did the slam dunk, crashed through the table?" He was referencing episode 3 of the ScruffCast. Buffalo Bills fans are crazy.
Jeez,
but he's talking about it as if he had just started, because my mom, my uncle's sister, showed him how to listen to the podcast. Right? Get it to download on his phone. But he was talking about it as if like, oh wow, isn't that crazy? It's like, yeah, that was crazy 52 episodes ago.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, like, if it were me, I would just jump into the most recent and then just carry on from there.
It depends, because there's a couple podcasts I listen to that I went back and started from the beginning, but there's some where I just jumped ahead. So, good example of that's Bill Burr, because he has like 2 a week and he's been running for like 10 years. You can't go back. It's just like unfeasible.
No,
right?
Yeah, his I just took off from wherever.
It depends. Like ones that deal with like current events and stuff like that, like more news types. Like I listened to a couple video game podcasts, and it's just talking about old news, so it's like, nah.
Yeah, true. Oh, we do have something. We gotta pour one out for the homie Akko. I know this is a soft spot for Jon right now.
So last week, Dan noted the condition of the fish tank sitting here, Akko's fish tank in the studio. So I took it upon myself. I took a trip to PetSmart, or PetMart, whatever it is. And I spruced it up for him. I got him little, new rocks for the bottom. Got him a couple little plants, a nice little treasure chest type thing he could swim through. Did it up all nice. And a day later, the homie died.
That's it. The studio fish has passed.
Yes. I'll get another one soon enough. But I need to give it some time. Akko lived about 3 months, so I'll wait about 3 weeks.
He did well.
The longest betta fish I ever had Lived over a year. His name was Claude.
Jesus.
Yep. I've already got the name for my next beta fish.
You know what, though? There was something wrong with that fish. He was depressed.
This fish would just literally just flop.
He would lay down on the bottom of the tank. Like, lay there.
Dude, if I'm a fish, I'm getting tired of swimming. I'd be laying too.
He's in a better place. He's happier now, you know?
I like to think so.
There's no more pain for Akko.
I think it was just like emotional pain for him. Which, like, Akko, I feel you. But, like, he just left me now. What the hell? I've already got the name picked up for my next beta fish. I'm not settled on it, though, so...
Akko 2.0?
No. We'll be making a bigger jump than that.
Can we get a different fish?
Can we? Are we going to... Is it going to be
I feel like
a shared fish?
Part of this, yeah. I'll bring my... I probably don't have it.
Different than a beta fish? Well, I have another tank. We could get 2 tanks.
Why don't we get, like, a few fish?
Because the tank's too small. It's only a 2-gallon tank, which I got from my lovely girlfriend, Taryn, for Christmas.
How many fish could fit in there?
Well, it depends on how much you want them to swim. I could put 100 fish in there and be stuck. You can, but the problem is, I don't know, beta fish are just more hardy, right? They can live in worse conditions. Because beta fish actually have this organ in them that allows them to breathe air, right? So they'll swim up to the surface, and you'll see they'll actually like inhale like air.
Interesting.
As opposed to other fish which use their gills. Beta fish have gills as well, but...
Beta fish just have it all, don't they?
They do. Look, even at a spruced up tank.
It does look good. I gotta say, the little, what was that, treasure chest there, I like it. It's too bad. I didn't give it a chance, you know?
Yeah. The real treasure was the friendship we had along the way.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, when the time comes and I get a new fish, I will reveal the name live on the podcast.
All right.
Not live, but maybe one day we'll be able to do this live.
Maybe.
All right. Shall we kick into the regular podcast festivities?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, we left you last week, like we leave you every week, with a question to ponder, which I'll read for you now. Mm-hmm. Question to ponder from last week. If you could become proficient in one skill from the past that's not really in use much anymore, what would you choose? Dan?
You want me to answer it right now?
Go for it.
I'd become a blacksmith.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just think, like, yeah, I could just make all my own swords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably not much, like, there's not really a big market for swords now like it was back then. It's probably good business back then, right?
Oh, yeah. Back then, business is booming. Like, and if you're a blacksmith, like, you're pretty ripped back then, too. Because it's, like, hard work.
Yeah, it's hard work, yeah. I would like to do it now, but just without that hard work. Also,
well, because
I didn't really think about that.
You know, now it'd be like 3D printing, right? Like they've got it all refined to a process. It'd be
like
that.
The new version of blacksmithing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on board for that.
You just grab the hammer, you pound once, poof.
Yeah, you just hit the keyboard. Boop.
Yeah, there you go. The skill I would pick would be swordsmanship. I'd become like a wicked fighter. I'd just buying the swords.
We could work together, me and you.
We could. I could pay you a hefty price for your
wares. You'd be like
wares.
Batman, and I'd be like
Alfred.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Or no. What was his name? Was it Alfred? No, Alfred was Michael Caine.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Bless you. Whatever he did. Oh, one more. John, I'm not a priest. I can't keep blessing you.
It's Lucius Fox. That was his name.
Lucius. All right.
How pretentious do you got to be to name your kid Lucius?
Lucius.
That's like... It's like one syllable off of luscious. Like a stripper name.
We have a friend right now whose girlfriend is pregnant. You know, he doesn't listen to this anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
No.
I don't think he knows what podcasts are. And the names they're thinking of a few different names. For a boy, it's Apollo.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that.
That is cool.
Yeah, and then the girl, I forget what the girl was. It was like Athena or something.
Paula.
Like that. No.
Apollo and Apollo.
Apollo and Apollo. Apollo.
Athena's a good one too.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I liked Apollo. That was cool.
Man, if he's ever going to listen, I'm throwing suggestions out there. I would suggest John. It served me well.
Well.
Hey, it's all right. Better than my middle name, Arsenio. What the hell were my parents thinking?
Your name is given to the people who don't have names, like John Doe,
but spelled differently though.
You know, I didn't even come up with that joke actually. I heard that from a listener, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that listener
He came up with that joke to a different John,
smells like fish.
and I stole that.
I'm just going out on a limb.
Fish.
Just going out on a limb.
Not that I recall, but maybe. Okay. We got a couple emails, too.
Oh, we do. I believe we were. No, we haven't mentioned the emails yet.
Get off to a slow start here. Yeah.
Off to a great start. And every week we go into it thinking, oh, do we have enough? We're already almost at 10 minutes.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right. Do you want to read the first
Yeah,
email?
I'll go
I'm a little
first.
discombobulated over here.
Okay, here we go. Question to ponder. Good evening, ScruffCast. Just thinking about last week's question to ponder. Tough question for sure. I would either pick the ability to jive dance like how they did in the 1950s, or the ability to axe throw. So I guess in other words, I'd either like to dance really well or kill really well. Either one, really. Looking forward to the next question, a loyal listener.
So,
Now, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
one of these choices I'm on board with. The other choice I'm like, okay.
The axe throwing you're on board with, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That'd be awesome.
This is where I differ. Because, like, okay, so the jive dance is one thing. That would be pretty cool, too, I guess. But that's one skill I wish I had. Like, just to be able to dance. And I don't mean like, I mean like Justin Timberlake dance. You know? Where you could just walk around dancing everywhere and you don't look weird. Like,
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake
you can
can
pull
just
it
walk
off.
down the street and just dance, and he's not going to look weird. He's just going to be like, oh, look at that guy go. He's just dancing.
If me or you dances down the street, they're going to be like, oh, somebody needs their fix.
Yeah. A bunch of crackhead boo-boos walking down the street.
Give me that fix. Anybody got some crack cocaine?
Yeah, like I think that would like want to be like imagine how you go to the club just in the middle of the dance floor, you just start breaking out all the actually good moves.
You just wow them. And you know what? You'd always have in the back of your pocket as like a little trump card.
Yeah, no matter what.
Because like if anybody ever gets testy with you, you just dance at them and you just dance away.
Yeah,
And they'd just be like, what the hell just happened?
I would dance everywhere, like non-stop dancing all the time.
Yeah, but this listener specifically said jive dancing.
It was, yeah. Well, it was a skill from the past, so
That is true. That is true.
it was a little off topic. I just want to know how to dance.
Now there is like you can go to axe throwing places now. Granted, it's not being like a master axe thrower wouldn't really be useful unless you went to one of these places you want to impress your friends. Whoa, look at me! I can axe throw.
Maybe.
Like damn, but it would be kind of cool because it could still be a little useful. You just need a bevy of axes.
Yeah,
by
maybe
your side.
maybe this listener should go to one of those places and take me
Maybe
as well.
you could see if you're a natural axe thrower.
Maybe.
Because think if you had this like ability to just like chuck tomahawks, boom.
Like,
If you're like a proficient axe thrower, what do you think the range is on how far away you could throw the axe with accuracy? Like the world's best axe thrower.
you're just hitting like a still target.
Sure. 100 feet?
I was gonna say 60, 80.
I think that's better. That's better. Because 100, like, you got to arc that axe.
Yeah. Axes are heavy, so it's like you gotta be able to throw it far. That's like
It
the
depends,
first part
because
of it,
so
right?
I've actually...
and then accurate.
Because I've actually been to one of these axe throwing places before. We did it through work for like a summer event or whatever last year, I think. Maybe the year before. And there was bigger axes, which you throw with two hands, and then there's a one-handed axe.
Oh, okay.
Like I say, it's kind of badass.
I would like to go.
You know what, though?
Some
That'd be
of that.
like a brutal way to like kill somebody, though. You got to really get in their face.
Just axe in the back of the head. Boom!
Like, just whip it at them because, like, dude, axes are expensive. You got to go over to that body and take the axe out. So you got to make your one shot worth it.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
And like it's a much more like brutal way to kill somebody. Even like a knife. Right?
Even like a knife,
too,
like-
right?
like with a
'Cause
gun?
you're like close contact, like just like shoving the knife deep
Yeah.
into them, then ripping it back out.
Yeah, like with a gun, you're just kind of far away, just like, pow!
Yeah, you don't
Gotcha.
feel the pain as much of. You don't feel the kill.
Suck on that 9mm, pow! Right? And then it's just like, see ya. Right, but with the axe, you got to get up in their face, and you're just like, right to the spleen, bitch.
those are the. That's exactly what you'd be saying at that time. Right in the spleen, bitch.
Isn't it more creepy, though, if it's just like, get them with the axe right in the ribs, and they're like, gotcha. And then if like, they come up, and they're just like, take that, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, oh, geez, I'm more scared of the chill guy.
yeah. Gotcha.
And they take the axe, and they go, and you're like, damn, did I just get shivved by the Joker?
All right, next email.
All right. Thank you for writing in, listener. The next email Subject line is forward, question to ponder, because it looks like they tried to email the wrong address the first time. They tried to email the ScruffCast. Listeners, you can write to us at ScruffCast@gmail.com.
The only listener got is the Instagram.
Yes, like this listener got on the second try. Question to ponder. Fantastic podcast last week. Really enjoyed listening, as always. Thank you, listener. As for the question to ponder, I think I would like to master the skill of gun drawing to settle disputes. This would be the ultimate in really setting the record straight with anyone that pisses you off, especially for women, because they can be really catty bitches. Hey, a listener said it, but I'm not going to say it's not true.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. P.S. I am a woman, and no, I'm not angry with anyone. But they ended it with an exclamation mark there. And no, I'm not angry with anyone. It's like, ooh.
Maybe you are angry with someone.
You sound a little angry at us.
Gotta make sure they don't go to any gun drawing classes.
Yeah.
That would be a good skill, though.
It would, because you'd always have it holstered, and
because first you can start off with the glove slap. You pull the glove out of your pocket,
because
a slap across the face.
If you're good enough at drawing the gun that quick, you definitely have the dexterity to do the quick glove slap.
Oh, absolutely.
And if they really piss you off, you can do the pow pow, like the one side, yeah. First you hit them east, then you hit them west. Then they don't know which way they're going.
And then you send them south.
Spring! Right in the nuts. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
because just the ability to draw the gun that fast, that would actually be kind of useful now. Kind of. But you'd have to walk around holstered all the time.
Who?
Well, if I had a gun on me all the time and I'm walking around, the ability to quick draw, boom!
Yeah, but then that's like murder, right?
Not if I just draw it. If I just draw it out like, boom, you better back up. You better back up.
Creepy ass guy. Yeah. Oh. Almost got you.
You talk so slow, but you draw the gun so fast. Boom.
Better back up.
Gotcha. Yeah, boy, you're going to be backing up. Dude, it'd be so useful. You go to the water cooler, it works. Someone gets ahead of you in line at the grocery store. Any sort of abilities. They don't put down the... they look at you, right, behind in line, and they don't put down the grocery divider, and then they look back forward.
Oh, what kind of jerk does that?
Right? Then they look back again to see, did they notice? And just, boom!
Boom! I noticed.
You better put that divider down, bitch. Oh, dude, they're going to be shaking in their boots. They're going to buy your groceries.
Yeah, that would be all right.
Granted, if you pull a gun out in the grocery store...
You're in big trouble, yeah. You're going to cause a
But back in the day...
back in all those grocery stores they went to back in the day.
Well, you're going to the market. We went to flea market. You ever seen that YouTube video?
No.
I should post it on our Twitter at ScruffCast. It's pretty good. Just a big hefty black guy singing about going to the flea market. I think it's a commercial, but it's terrible. All right. Well, as always, we managed to stretch out the listener emails to a good chunk of the show.
All right.
Shall we continue with our new popular
Florida Man of the Week? You can clip that and save that if you want.
I will. I'll put it as my ringtone whenever you text me. So when you send multiple, it's just Florida man. We. All right. This one comes to us from Orlando Weekly. Florida man uses alligator to shotgun a beer while cranking Skinnerd, meaning Lynyrd Skynyrd, the band. For some odd reason, people love to film themselves abusing animals.
Oh, you see, I already don't like this because
they're sassy.
There's an agenda already
right.
here.
A little, but I thought the story was worthwhile.
Okay.
But it does remind me of how I don't miss reading articles.
Yeah.
But Uncle Sheldon, you just have to squeak articles back into the podcast.
This is my least fair. But don't you say Uncle Sheldon only listens to us when Howard Stern is on vacation?
Yeah.
So why are we doing what Uncle Sheldon wants us to do? He doesn't even listen. He's not even a true listener.
Well, if listeners...
true listeners didn't want to do the articles.
That is true.
But now we're Uncle Sheldon gets whatever Uncle Sheldon wants.
So, listeners, and I guess including Uncle Sheldon, we'll see if you listen next week. Write in, tell us, do you like this Florida Man of the Week segment?
Yeah, does Uncle Sheldon even like this? Or is
do you have ideas for other segments we can do instead? We just came up with this one based off his recommendation.
Nobody's saying they're not liking it.
Listeners, you only write in... I feel like without the question to ponder, you guys would never be writing in. We appreciate the listeners that write in, but tell us what you want to see out of the podcast. Do you just like the rambling?
Interactive podcast.
Do you like us talking 6 minutes about my beta fish that died? That's
you-
fine by me, but I don't want to kill a fish every week.
Think you can just email Joe Rogan? Be like, hey Joe, instead of talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson about astrophysics, like, talk to him about shoes instead. No, you can't do that, but you can do that here.
Damn, that's a good point. I would say we're one better than Joe Rogan in that factor, yeah. Because we're accessible. You have access. Yeah, you can't write into those guys, but you can write into us.
That's true.
We've never received an email we haven't read.
That is true.
The ScruffCast, a podcast for the people.
ScruffCast@gmail.com.
All right, back to the article we started reading 2 minutes ago. A video of uncertain age, recently uploaded to Instagram by @504ollie, shows an unidentified man on a boat holding a gator by the neck, using its open mouth to puncture a can of Michelob Ultra. The man then slams the beer and tosses the gator back in the water, while a "hell yeah" can be heard in the background. Peak Florida, it says. The article's sassy. The Instagram account changed its settings to private, but the video has been re-uploaded to multiple accounts, including Drunk People Doing Things, where it has garnered over 3 million views. It's unclear at this moment if the video was shot in Florida or if this man is in fact from Florida, but cruelty to animals in this state is a first-degree misdemeanor, and officials at the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission have arrested people for far less. In 2018, the FWC arrested a heavily intoxicated Florida man who carried a gator into a gas station, and earlier this year, another Florida man was arrested for putting a cigarette in a gator's mouth. Damn, they take their law seriously over there.
I'm watching the video right now.
It's worth mentioning that this is the second video in recent weeks to feature a boating dipshit filming himself mistreating wildlife. A couple weeks ago, Clearwater lawyer Thomas Cope filmed himself and others yelling, "So long, sucker," to a raccoon they knocked off their boat 20 miles offshore. Now, how do they know it's 20 miles offshore? Do they say, "We're 20 miles offshore, so long, sucker"?
I know it. So long, sucker, you're 20 miles offshore.
Or were they watching the video and they did the math? Well, based on how far the coastline is away and the setting of the sun, it must be 20 miles.
The biggest casualty of this video is that he's drinking Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, what's wrong with the gator? Right, gator's fine.
Okay. I just watched the video. The alligator literally just he just put it near its mouth and it just bit down like alligators do, and then he put it back in the water.
Yeah, it's not like it was
get over yourselves. It's like
huge
fishing almost. I mean, it's not exactly like fishing, but it's he pulled it out of the water and put it back in.
Yeah, it's not like
What did he do? You know how many of these alligators have killed us just for chilling?
Probably like 15, 16. How many alligators do you think have killed people?
Oh, the thousands. 15,
Thousands?
16. You hear about at least one a year.
All right, well, when they start counting, let's say 20
So
or
just
2004, 15, I'm correct.
just AC, we're talking 2019.
Well, dude, back in the BC days, it was just no holds barred. Like, you're just getting chomped. You go to the
wasn't
swamp.
recorded back then.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Jose, I'm going out to get some water. Because the woman, did all those sort of tasks back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, honey, I'll see you in a minute.
Where are they?
Jerusalem.
Jose in Jerusalem speaking with an Indian accent.
Well, I don't know. I don't have a Jerusalem accent. That's not the word. But, Jerusalem? That's not the term, but whatever. I don't have the accent. Anyways, okay, honey, get in water, blah, blah, blah. Dude, she just goes out and gets chomped. And then it's just like, where'd you go?
Shouldn't come home with the damn water.
She come home with the damn water. He's like,
God, now I gotta go out there and get the water.
if you want it done right, you got to get a man to do it. And then he goes out there.
Oh, Jose.
Oh, Jose.
Okay.
The article continues, talks about more cases. Coincidentally, this is also the second video to surface showing an unidentified dude bro using an animal to open a can of Michelob Ultra. Yeah. In 2017, the site Total Frat Move showed a clip of a gaggle of frat boys using a dead shark's mouth to crack open a cold one. That was it.
Okay.
This article is a little too sassy for my taste.
Yeah.
Orlando Weekly.
I'm already ready
Get
to
out.
cut Florida Man of the Week.
Yeah, this was posted by Colin Wolf. Colin Wolf, if you listen to the ScruffCast, don't even write in.
You loser.
You suck.
You know what? I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to do one more Florida Man of the Week. If you guys want it saved, email us. If you want Florida Man of the Week, email us and tell us you want it.
I like this idea.
If you don't want it, that's it. We're taking it off. So the call is out to you, really.
If you don't want it, we're going up to the Florida Man of the Week segment, busting out our tomahawk. See ya. Boom.
Gotcha.
So long, sucker. We're going to drop it 20 miles offshore.
All right, let's get to the real news of this past week. Of this weekend.
Yes.
The Toronto Raptors are going to the NBA Finals! Dude, this is so exciting. And I feel like you don't appreciate this moment.
I will say I can appreciate it, but I'm not feeling the same excitement. Because personally, I don't follow basketball that closely. But I would say the Raptors are probably the Toronto team I like the most. Because the Jays...
Yeah, you're bummed. I forgot about that.
Right? And the Toronto Maple Leafs, get out.
See, for me, like, Leafs would be the number one. If Leafs made it to the finals, I would cry.
Oh, yeah, dude. The city being hysterics.
Cry.
You're just looking for the first round victory.
Yeah,
and the
really
city's going to be pumped.
But this is a huge deal. I love the Raptors. Love the Raptors. So, this is a massive deal. Oh, my God.
And who knew? All it took was LeBron James to leave the Eastern Conference.
A little more than that. Nice try. You know, the team they had this year could have taken out that Cavs team anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, maybe. We'll never know.
We won't. So I can make statements like that.
You can. I just... thinking about it and the Cavs and LeBron James, everything, you know what irks me? When he's like sitting on the sidelines, clipping his fingernails while they're playing against the Raptors.
Yeah, it's rough.
Show some goddamn respect.
Quite disrespectful.
It is.
But, I mean,
Dude, imagine,
it was deserved.
Imagine you came over to do the podcast with me, and I was clipping my fingernails while you're just talking to me, having a conversation. Not on the mic. You'd be like...
It'd be weird.
You'd be like, that's a little rude. You wouldn't say anything, but you'd be like, that's a little rude, kind of.
I would say something. If I felt like it was rude, I would say something to you.
Maybe.
We're close enough.
Then I'd bust out the file and be like, say that again. That's what I thought.
Anyway.
It's exciting for the city. A couple of guys I work with are big basketball fans.
It's a huge deal. It's like, I don't know, the last time, it's been like 26 years since there's been a finals in Toronto of any of the major North American sports.
Yeah, last was...
So it's a big deal.
The Toronto Blue Jays, 1993, when they won the World Series.
Yeah. So it's
back to back.
Pretty big deal. So that's it. We can leave it at that.
Do you like their chances in the finals?
Yeah, I do. I think
you heard it here first.
They match up well against Golden State. I think they're going to win.
I think they also have the sort of, I don't want to say the underdog going for them, but, they're pumped up, right?
Yeah.
Make it to the finals. Golden State's like, man, we do this all the time.
Yeah, seriously. It's just another day for them.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's just Kawhi Leonard, man.
When's the first game of the series?
Thursday.
All right, so one day after listeners will listen to this. Assuming you listen on the day of release, like any good listener.
That is also true.
And I'm assuming you're listening on YouTube. So give us a thumb up. I probably made a cool thumbnail. But also, if you think the thumbnail is shit, say, this thumbnail sucks.
Give us a thumbs down.
Guess what? I'm going to report your comment and get your YouTube account booted. But you know what? It'll be fun.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, just a little shout out for the Raptors. We'll do a little check-in next week, see how they're doing.
I like that. That sounds good. I think there'll be 2 games in by that point.
All right.
Thursday, Sunday, I think they play. So, yeah, I'm in. I'm on board for that. Is that your foot I'm touching on the table?
It is. I thought you were giving me like I'm on board. Give me a little tap.
No, that was unintentional. Thank God you're wearing slippers, or else that would have been
Thank goodness.
really weird.
Watch your toes. All right.
So, I got another thing I wanted to say. So I was driving to come pick you up today at the train, our usual Monday thing we do. And driving past me, like in the other direction, was a cop on a motorcycle. And it got me thinking how lame cops on motorcycles are. And like how unintimidating they are. Like it's the way the bike is positioned, you know what I mean? It's like very upright, and they stand there with that goofy looking helmet, and there's
almost look like a mail carrier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, it looks like they're on like a scooter. That's like the position of the bike. I think if you put... Okay, this is my thought. This is what you do for, like, bikes on motorcycles. Because, like, I think they're the lowest level of, like, intimidation. Because I think the guys on bikes are like, even more intimidating than the guys on motorcycles.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, you could outspeed a guy on a bicycle.
Like, have you seen the boots they wear, too? They wear these stupid-looking boots.
The
they
motorcycle
go up to their
cops?
knees. Yeah.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, these, like, gay leather boots that, like, go up to their knees. They look stupid.
Saddle up.
Yeah. So... I think they get like a Ducati or like a racing bike, like a Hayabusa.
Oh,
Like
well,
the
that'd be
fastest
badass.
street racing bike. You get that, and then they get the full one piece leather suit that says like Toronto Police just on the back. How cool would that be?
That would be intimidating.
You'd be terrified of those guys. They're like whizzing down the highway. That'd be insane.
That's a good point.
You see what I mean?
That's true, because right now they got these big bulky ass bikes, and they don't
And
they don't go that quick, right?
They're not carrying anybody on the back. They're not like arresting people and throwing them on the back. Okay, like all right, just hold on though. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah, what
Just
are they
hold
going to
on
do? Lasso you and
Exactly,
then toss you on the back like in the olden days?
Like, hold on, I'll pull up a picture for you here.
Yeah,
For you, John. No one else can
we
see
should
it.
tweet this from our Twitter account at ScruffCast, which I always say I'm going to tweet stuff and then I never do.
Like they're
You know
just
what? I'm
they
gonna
just
write a
look
little
so
note.
like not intimidating at all.
Now,
Like just look at that. And that guy looks like okay.
you know what? It almost looks like someone from the 1970s picturing what the future looks like.
It looks like RoboCop. On a,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, in the future we're going to have speeding cars in the sky.
Yeah, they just look foolish.
Yeah.
I think you get them. You get the full one-piece leather suits, and you get them on like the Hayabusa.
That would be badass.
Boom!
And a half.
Yeah, that would be cool. Can you imagine? And then like they can go after other motorcyclists.
Yeah, dude, whizzing through the cars. Phew, 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 phew. Jump off, get the nice stick. Whoosh.
They can
Gotcha.
literally chase anyone because they
Yeah.
can go up and down catwalks if they wanted to. They can do anything.
Move off the sidewalk. Doof, 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 doof. Just blowing away the hot dog stand.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be awesome. Now, so you think even though they look kind of shitty, less intimidating than the ones just on bicycles?
Yeah.
But you can
Looks-wise.
speed away from the bicycle, no problem. Because if they want to catch up, they got to pedal, and then they got to start doing that thing where they're standing and pedaling, like, hey, hey, hey,
Yeah.
and they look like
Also-
they're in like a exercise class.
Also looks kind of gay.
Right.
Luckily, I went to spin class this week.
Let's get him, Edgar. Right?
But you know those guys are fit.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, those
the
guys are fit.
The fatties don't get to ride the
Yeah,
bicycle.
those guys are the fittest of all
course.
the cops, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like they're sneaky. The guys on the bikes are sneaky, right?
That's true.
You doing a little something in a park that you shouldn't be doing? Boom, they can get you.
Because you
Creep
can't
up on
you can't outrun the bicycle.
No, they'll get you.
Yeah.
In fact, they just jump off and chase after you on feet.
Because they're also fit.
Yeah, and
They
then,
gotta be faster than
Let's say
crackheads.
you're stopped at a light and you're on your phone, like you shouldn't be, but you're on your phone texting.
Yeah.
You don't hear a little bicycle rolling up on you. Next thing you know, all you hear's on your window. Boom, you got yourself a ticket, my friend.
Damn, and you get demerit points. You know what? When I was on my
Like a
trip,
$1,000 ticket.
it is. When I was on my trip in Mexico, we were going away on an excursion, and in the van, it's, that picks people up, stops in various resorts to head to the destination.
Yeah.
There were some people there from England, and they were talking about they have a similarly harsh fine as well in England, and you also get demerit points, and the amount of demerit points you get on your license is so high that if you get it in the first 2 years, you're just banned.
Oh my god.
You can't drive. And you know what I loved? The English guy didn't say you're banned, you're banished.
Banished.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was terrible English accent, but
Yeah.
oi, you're banished.
Banished to the black hole.
But he also said you get fines for bald tires.
Oh wow.
That must exist here, but
I
never
guess
even heard
if
of
they
it.
really wanted to get you, they probably could, right?
Right, but you can get demerit points for that too,
Oh, that's
and then
pretty tough.
you're banished.
You're banished.
I just love that you use the full word, banished.
You're banished.
It's like you're banned. It's just like you're not allowed to drive. You're banished. It's like you don't exist in the government database anymore, right? It's like you don't have to.
Thanos snapped.
Yeah,
That's
you don't,
it.
you don't have to pay taxes, but you also don't get any government benefits. You're just banished. You're not allowed to leave.
Yeah, seriously. So I got another thing
Yes.
I added here.
Oh, hang on. I wanted to ask
Yeah.
what you think about cops on horses.
Oh, they're cool.
They are?
Oh yeah, the horses. Have you ever we were downtown one night for a birthday for somebody, and I was outside. It's just we're about to leave for the night, and I turn around and literally the horse's chest was in my face. I was like, oh my god, it's terrifying. Horses are huge. They're so
That
big.
that is true.
I'm not afraid of the cop on the horse. I'm afraid of the horse.
Because you know what they should have? Okay, imagine this.
Okay, I got a vision in my head too. Go ahead.
Instead of drug sniffing dogs, they drug sniffing horses. So imagine you get off your flight back from Jamaica. Imagine that going
There's a
around the
horse
terminal.
there?
Dude, if it finds you, it's just rearing up.
You know, can you
It's like,
imagine
oh, shit.
if I just turns around like, oh, gives you the kick, the back kick, poof, just fly across the airport.
Yeah, and the cop just hops down off the horse. Gotcha.
Oh my god. The other thing I was thinking is like, you see like a police chase, but instead of a car chasing the car, it's like a horse. The cop on a horse chasing a car. He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, dude, that'd be
flying down the
that'd
highway.
be badass.
And then the guy with the Hayabusa comes up behind. So you got like a horse and then a speedy motorcycle chasing them guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of police force I want. That's the kind of police force I want to pay taxes into.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, if they don't do this, I don't want to pay my taxes anymore.
This was. It's time to get practical. Okay, maybe a horse on the highway isn't practical, but the speed bike is. That makes more sense than those dumb little cruisers they have.
Dude, because instead of having
are they
like
doing with those?
two cops in one car, you each have two motorcycles. Way more intimidating. Because like,
Can you imagine that? They're all blacked out. All blacked out. With like one little light somewhere on the bike.
oh, so it's like
They're
nighttime.
Yeah, and they have black suits on. Yeah, they only come out at night. They only patrol at night, those guys. Oh, man,
Dude,
that'd
they're
be
like
so cool.
ninjas.
Yeah. They only patrol at night. And so like they have their full black leather jumpsuits on. One piece.
Ah, dude.
I know.
I'm getting spooked.
I know,
Because they're going
I
to have
know.
those sticks. They don't even need their guns because they're stealthy. They're going to have those sticks where you whip it out. It's like,
Smash your window. Or your mirror. Your side mirror. As they're driving by. They also like, they're like, they're a little vigilante. Like they go a little beyond what they should be doing.
you park in a handicap spot, you get back in the car, and they're in the back seat.
And then you're handicapped. Then you're really going to need that spot.
That's the punishment, right? It's like,
Exactly.
Oh, you want to park in the handicap spot? I guess you didn't want those kneecaps. Poof, poof.
I'm just saying, that would be way cooler than those stupid cruisers.
If anybody asks, tell them Timothy did this to you. You're like, okay.
It's like the dark police force, you know?
Dude, this would actually be like an awesome idea for like a movie or TV series.
I think so too.
But dude, it wouldn't even be that hard to achieve. Tell me
Like
if they
in
don't
real
have,
life?
Yeah, tell me if they don't
no,
have those
it's different,
badass
yeah.
like police unit. Some of them aren't going to go rogue because no one can stop them but themselves.
Oh my god. But you know what? You just replace those stupid bikes with speed bikes. They can also ride motorcycles.
And
those
dude,
guys.
I guarantee
you get
you-
them fitted for some nice custom leather jumpsuits.
I
I'm willing to pay a 0.01% more in taxes for that to happen.
Dude, if everybody did it, that would probably be enough.
Oh, we have more than enough.
Right? Now, I have to imagine that those police motorcycles already cost enough, right?
For sure. You got to think like they're pretty like custom done, right? So they're probably
Dude,
pretty pricey.
all you need is you just take a Hayabusa, and then you just give it a wicked paint job.
Literally black it out, throw a little light on it.
That would be it.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. That'd be just way more intimidating than anything else.
Yeah.
You have those guys doing the ride program. Oh, imagine that. You pull up to the ride program, and it's literally just like a couple guys off motorcycles. They're just in their black jumpsuits with their helmets still on.
That's what I was gonna say. They still got the helmets on.
Oh man, I'd be so
but
scared.
but the visor's just lifted.
Yeah. No, it's not lifted.
Ooh, then I'd be more scared.
Yeah.
But the jumpsuits have to say police on them. But just
Just
faintly.
a little bit. It's like those blacked out cop cars. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, you can
Where it's like
just
only
faintly
just
see-
kind of like in the light you can see they say police on them.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. That's all you would need on it.
I'd be down. Now, of course, we never break the law, so this wouldn't be of a concern to
Kind of
us.
started off as a joke, but like this is actually a good idea.
I think so.
Do we know anybody in the police? Oh, well, we may have a hookup eventually.
We may.
Anthony. So, maybe.
And you know what? I feel like this is the kind of idea you propose.
And
you
he
get
also
hired.
ride a motorcycle.
That's true, and you get hired.
Yeah, we could probably get jobs in the police force. We learn how to ride motorcycles, and then we can start that program.
How hard could it be?
Can't be that hard.
I can ride a bicycle. Or I could.
I could drive a car, I
2
could
years
ride
ago,
a
whenever
bike.
I did last time.
Yeah.
You know, my brother forgot how to ride a bike one time.
How?
So he had just gone a couple of years or whatever without riding a bike, and then my family went camping. I didn't go. And they all brought their bikes, and then he was just like, I don't remember how to ride my bike. I don't remember what happened if the other kids just said, you're dumb. Or like he recovered somehow.
I'm sure, yeah, once he got on, he figured it out.
All right, Dan, you have one other note here. This is really going to be, we still got a lot left on the plate. It's really going to be 2 podcasts in one.
Maybe we'll just save the other thing we're going to talk about for another time.
We could.
Yeah, we'll save it for another time, maybe.
All right.
No, so you know what? Again, this like I'm coming up with a lot of ideas that aren't even mine. The motorcycle thing was my idea. That was mine. But
yeah, you brought a lot to the notes this week. I didn't bring much.
I did all right. So I was watching the basketball game on Saturday with my dad and Anna's brother, and we somehow we were talking about there's a place at Cawthorne Lakeshore. It's an ice cream place. It's called Dairy Cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of a fishy name.
No, but this place is been around since like the 50s. So you know, like Sonny's in Brampton.
Yeah.
And anybody listens to this, hopefully they know what Sonny's in Brampton is.
Everybody in Brampton knows a Sonny. Oh, Sonny's! I go over there
there's lots
every week.
of Sonny's out there, but the food place Sonny's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all Sonny, somehow.
Yeah. Dude, it's their disposition.
Yeah,
it's Sonny.
So anyway,
yeah.
And so this place anyway only accepts cash. They don't do debit, credit card, nothing. It's only cash. This Dairy Cream place. And then I said, oh yeah, there's another place, Sonny's, that in Brampton, they only accept cash as well. And then my dad was saying there's like a shawarma place not too far from his work that's really good and they only accept cash. And it got me thinking, it's kind of like the olive oil and the balsamic. I'm not going to get into that. But that's like the sign of respect. It's like a place that only accepts cash is dynamite. Like, it's a good place. Like, that's the place you want to eat at. It's like a fast food thing, right? Like Sonny's. You've been to Sonny's.
Yep.
Sonny's like the best food place to eat in Brampton. It's not even close.
So
this Dairy Cream's the best ice cream place I've ever been to.
So for listeners out there, Sonny's is kind of like, an old school sort of like roadside restaurant type thing. They got poutine.
Yeah. It's like
what else they got there? Hot dogs.
50s themed.
Yeah.
They got just your basic fast food kind of stuff, right? But it's unreal. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And yeah, they only accept cash. Now, I will say, it does usually mean that the place is pretty good because only accepting cash is a pain in the ass. So for the place to survive, the food's got to be of a certain quality.
In this time and age, right, where everybody's just using cards for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't kind of think about that.
Because I rarely ever carry cash.
Me either, yeah. Now, both these places, Sonny's and Dairy Cream, have ATMs right there.
Which they own the ATM, probably.
For sure. Make the money off the thing. And they also don't have to pay the transaction fees.
Because I've looked it up before. You can actually, buy an ATM and then, sort of lease it to a place like this. That's similar to how you can buy, vending machines.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then you cut a deal with, the establishment you're hosting it at.
Yeah.
And then, you got to pay all these fees and whatever because I think, you work with a bank or something and they actually will fill the ATM.
Yeah.
Right, and some sort of security fee because you can't just take a huge chunk of cash and put it in there yourself. No. But you can own your own ATM like this, right? So, for instance, if I had this sort of setup, I could put one here in the studio, and if you came over, you're like, "Damn, I need some cash." I'm like, "Don't worry, homie, you can go use the ATM." I got the ATM, and it's like $4 charge or whatever the hell, right?
I'm like, "Damn, I need $20. I got to pay the $4."
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So they kind of double dip, right?
Yeah.
But also, we all know why they only take cash.
Yeah,
they don't want to pay tax.
Yeah, it's shady.
Because they don't want they don't want the Hayabusas coming after them.
Yeah, they're probably only claiming half of their income.
Oh, 100%.
Or half of their sales, right? That's all they're.
I saw a Yelp review. Well, it was actually a screenshot of a Yelp review I saw online where somebody said the food was really. It got 1 out of 5 stars. The food was really great, but I saw they only took cash, so I reported them to the IRS for my 20% cut. The state has this program where you can report businesses that are skipping out on taxes like this.
Whoa.
And then you get a cut 20% or something of what they've skipped out on. Because the government still gets their 80%.
Yeah.
And you get a cut. I meant to look it up to verify it, but yeah.
That's crazy. I would never do that to Sonny's, though.
No, but think...
I would do it to some of the Sonny's in Brampton. Not that Sonny's.
You put them out of business, and then you get your cut?
I think I got no more Sonny's, man.
No, they just got to pay their taxes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, how long has Sunny's been around?
I don't know, 60, 70 years.
That's going to be a lot of tax money.
Yeah. That may fold them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They're back taxes.
Yeah.
Damn, they got us.
But yeah, that kind of seems like that's kind of the trend. Like places that only accept cash.
I do agree. You rarely find a place that only accepts cash, and you're like, this
pretty
is
damn
shit.
good, yeah.
And I think it's because of that correlation where it needs to be of a certain standard, otherwise just going to go out of business because it's not worth the hassle.
It's like all these old, well, I don't know what the shawarma places like that my dad was talking about, but like the Sunnies and the Dairy Cream are all old. Like, honestly, the Dairy Cream, it's like the ice cream version of Sunny's. That's
Really?
what it's like. It's like almost like the same design, everything about it. Like,
It's like the business has been around for a while, and then they're like, whoa, they've invented credit cards, and they're just like, nah.
yeah, we're not getting on board. Exactly.
Right, they were
That's
there
what it's
before credit cards.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's just another ScruffCast rule.
If you see the balsamic and the olive oil, you're in for a good meal.
If you see it's cash only, you're in for a good meal.
Assuming it's a food place. If you're somewhere that's cash only and it's not food,
Get out of there.
yeah, I'd
Run.
I'd
Run
avoid
away.
that place.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. All right. Like I said, yeah, I think we'll save. We were going to do a. Should we say?
Sure, we can let the listeners know what they're missing out on.
Yeah, okay, we're going to do an Avengers Endgame spoiler thing, which probably only like a quarter of the people who listen to this would even be into, so not missing out on much, but we'll get to it eventually.
But the thing is, maybe one day we can eventually record it as its own thing and put it up there.
Maybe that's
then it just sort of lives on in posterity up there.
I just didn't think we had enough to even talk about this week, so I figured
I didn't think so, but we managed to talk about
Here
the
we
beta
are.
fish for 6 minutes. By the time we were done the emails, we're at 20 minutes. And then we came up with this whole brilliant idea of the night cops.
You know what? That is going to be a side question to ponder for this week. How about just a question to answer? That's really it. What would the name be of that like force of cops?
Ooh, yeah, this will be a side
Email
question.
us in, yeah.
And I want us to both come back with our own names for next week as well.
Okay. Write that down because I'll forget. Yeah, so if anyone, email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Leave your comments in the YouTube page, show.
Yeah, if you're listening on YouTube,
Video.
thumb it up. No, I want to comment.
Comment
Just
on
literally
the name of
say
the police
anything.
force, of the police force. It just also say anything.
Like, I see you people watching the video, and I never see comments, ever.
You just be like, cool. That's
Dude,
it.
I'll thumb up that comment twice.
Oh, can you do that? Oh, you got 2 accounts.
Oh, if I use both accounts.
Right, makes sense.
I've got multiple accounts.
All right. So yeah, that is a little side question.
Yeah, I
What
meant to
would-
write it into our notes so we don't forget.
What would the police force that rides the super fast bikes and has the cool leather jumpsuits, what would the name of that division be called? Let us know what you think. And we'll come up with the best idea and we'll pitch it to the Toronto police.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, so that being said, we also have our question to ponder for next week. You want me to read it?
Take it away, Dan.
Okay. So, our question to ponder for next week is, what problem or solution did TV or movies make you think would be common, but when you grew up you found out it wasn't?
All right, listeners. I know you watch TV. I know you
Yeah.
watch movies.
And then, I think the whole question is kind of like there's like so much stuff that happens, like especially like teen movies and stuff when they're in high school. Like when you're young, you're like, oh man, is that what life's going to be like in high school?
No, man, they're going to dip me upside down in the toilet and give me a wedgie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so stuff like that.
Yeah.
Rather movies, whatever you want.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's older listeners out there, right? And they're like, "Oh man, we really got to worry about wearing pantsuits to work, or whatever the hell."
Yeah.
I was trying to think of an older problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. The world was more grim back then.
Diapers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think that's it.
That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah, so email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. All your answers for all the questions, or just say hi. You can do that too.
You know what you can do as well? If you just have like an issue you're dealing with, write to us. We'll keep it anonymous, and we'll give you our input.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, like wasn't there an old newspaper column like this? Ask Jane or something?
Oh, Dear Abby?
Yeah, there you go.
You were close. I think Dear. I've just heard of Dear Abby.
Something like that. But yeah,
Well,
you
can call us Ask Jane.
can call it. That would be the name of the segment. Ask Jane. Write in, Dear Jane. and then say like, at work, this thing's pissing me off, blah, blah, blah. And we'll just say, well, the problem is simple, listener. You just got to punch him right in the kidney. Or whatever. That might not apply to every scenario.
There will be some kidney punch.
But a bit more often than not, pow! Kidney shot will solve a lot of your problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. That's another good segment. Look at this. We're doing all the work here.
We're just throwing it out there. We've said plenty of times before. Listeners, we want to know, what do you guys want?
We want to talk to you guys. We want to know who's out there, who's listening.
Like, see, the crazy thing is, well, we're not broadcasting, actually. I was going to say, the crazy thing is, like, these, radio waves are just beaming out into space, light years and light years, but we're not broadcasting it anyway. No. We just record it and then upload it to the internet.
But the internet kind of goes to space, satellites and stuff.
Didn't Elon Musk just say something about some, like, sort of internet thing? That's a little side note, but have you seen this whole thing about the boring company and the tunnels he's digging?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had, like, a demo of one in the LA area.
Yeah.
It's just like a giant tunnel bored out underground.
Yeah.
And then the car goes on there and it's driving like 127 miles an hour.
Awesome.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's
I just thought it was kind of cool.
Did you know that most of like how we transfer like information all around the world is through underwater like cables?
Yeah, these huge like fiber optic cables. So I
thought everything was just satellite. It's like barely anything satellite used.
No. So for some reason last week, I decided to Google biggest things in the world. And surprisingly, my belly didn't show up on the list. But the biggest sort of like man-made thing was a transatlantic cable. One goes from like North America all the way across like Australia.
It's wild, eh?
Maybe it was the Atlantic.
Dude,
it was like thousand miles long.
Yeah.
And these things are pretty thick too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like...
It's just wires in there. That's all it is.
Yeah, because if like... you get like a cut on the wire, dude. You got to go to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And repair.
So you got to make sure it's
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And because we transmit things at the speed of light, right? Even though it's a long distance, just like that.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
So you could even probably you'd have to go wireless if like we went to the moon. Then you get decent internet there.
Yeah.
Everything would be delayed only by a second and a half to the moon, so it's not too bad.
It's not bad.
To Mars though, it's like 20 minutes.
It's quite the delay.
Yeah.
Huh? What can you do? Look at that.
Not much.
A little learning segment at the end of the podcast here.
The real value of the ScruffCast comes by listening all the way to the end. I know some of you listeners, you go, and you give up.
Boring.
Yeah. But the key thing is, hey, if you got complaints, then write in. And even more important than writing in, we need you to tell your friends about the magic of the ScruffCast.
Please.
I know one or two of you people got a grandma sitting around in a home. Go and tell. Old people love the ScruffCast.
Nona, come on. Listen to the ScruffCast.
Come on.
You know what?
That's it.
I know we're the guilty pleasure of most people.
You're afraid to tell your friends?
Because I'm afraid to tell my friends about this.
Me too. Like, I'll tell anybody.
So I get it, but come on, guys. You guys aren't actually the ones on this thing. It's more embarrassing for us to tell people. You know?
Yeah, for real.
The
Like,
one's actually doing it.
Like, just listen and laugh at us. I don't care.
Yeah, that's good too.
We'll never hear you laugh.
We just don't want to work anymore. We just want to do this as a job.
Dude, I would love to do this full time. Okay.
We'd even do 2 a week.
Dude, yeah, I'd bump it up to 2.
We'd even do 2.
We'd work like a full 6 hours a week. Me, you only have to do 2 hours.
I'd work about 2 hours. Yeah.
You're just the talent.
I'll take a little less. I'll take 48% of the money.
There you go.
There we go.
And then we could actually, when do we get merch? Oh, dude, that'd be the dream.
If we can get, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it really. Maybe special episode 100 we'll have merch.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're only 9 episodes away from the special Nintendo 64 episode.
You think it's that special? I don't know if I find it.
Dude, you love the Nintendo 64.
I do. It's fantastic. But
so pumped. I'm gonna wear my Nintendo 64 shirt that episode.
You're wearing a Super Nintendo shirt right now.
Yeah. This is not related to the number. 16-bit. We passed 16 a long time ago.
Yeah, we did. All right, that's the end of this one.
We've been rambling for a while.
Yeah, that's enough.
Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell Bobcha, tell everybody.
All right.
Please.
That is the end of episode 55 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Distracting, got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
What the hell were my
your-
parents thinking?